I'm Dan Buck from Redondo Beach, California. My primary concern with COPD was just the effect on my life. I was beginning to lose my functionality, my capability of just dealing with daily life. I didn't have the stamina or the energy. The day that they delivered my in-home oxygen, it was very sudden. I'd gone and had some pulmonary function tests done by the VA, and I'd asked the lady what to expect as far as the feedback, and she said in a couple weeks the doctor will contact you and let you know the results and what we should do next. Instead, I got a phone call the next day: when will you be available for us to deliver the oxygen? But I was very hesitant to use it. I was concerned that I was going to become oxygen dependent. I was concerned on I guess just how I looked being handicapped with that oxygen. I'm single. My wife passed away 13 years ago, and so I'm still thinking of myself in a social environment as trying to find a new girlfriend or lady friend. And I thought that if I am carrying my oxygen around, I'm not going to be a very attractive catch from a social standpoint or romantic situation. I certainly think it was a drawback in how I thought about myself and how I might appear to others. I was very, very young when I started smoking. It was probably two things: a little bit of peer pressure, but a lot of it was wanting to look like a grown-up and act and behave like a grown-up. When I was first diagnosed with COPD, my original concern had to do with my addiction to cigarettes and to smoking. I quit right on the spot for about 3 months, but I started smoking again, and it wasn't until another 3 years for me to finally quit. It was the progressiveness of this disease that I finally, slowed me down to the point that I was willing to seek a pulmonary education program and learn more about the disease and how to take care of myself. That I started getting, proactive as far as my own personal care, and I've been a big difference in the quality of life since then. One of the big benefits that I see from Breathe LA, and why we need more organizations like this, is just the getting the word out about the disease, about the huge number of patients, the need for more education, more training, more exercise facilities for those that have the disease. It really allows us to improve our quality of life and reduces dramatically the hospitalizations. And it's organizations like Breathe LA that really help spread the word and get the community involved to just talk more about this illness. My experience, and what I would say to somebody who's found out that they have COPD, is two things. Number one is learn all that you can about the disease and the treatment options that are available to you. And number two, don't be too discouraged. I have been diagnosed with COPD for 13 years now. While my health has depreciated at times, I found that through proper therapy and a lot of exercise, that I've been able to really maintain a fairly functional lifestyle. Certainly there's a big stigma associated with COPD, that it's a smoking related disease. The other side of the coin is that the damage that it does to one's health and social life is pretty emotionally involved, and I think we need to really find ways to provide more attention to the disease. It's now the third leading killer of people in the U.S., And it's growing where other diseases like stroke and lung cancer, heart disease have been getting a lot of attention, a lot of treatment options that are available to it. So I think COPD is still a really misunderstood disease from the standpoint of the number of people affected and how it should be approached from a educational and treatment standpoint.